All right, what's up YouTube, and what's up MaticVerse fans, and all you other play-to-earn NFT collecting gamers out there who are looking for ways to really invest in the future of gaming and have some fun while you're doing it at the same time. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and click the notification bell so you can get updates when I post. And if you're not new to the channel, then you know that I just recently did a MaticVerse sort of review of MaticVerse, the MaticVerse token, the game, the site, and kind of my inputs about those things. Interestingly though, since I did that review, I actually have a lot more information that I've learned, not only about the game, but about the company and the CEO and things of that nature. So since then, I've dove in really deeply with the Telegram group. I was lucky enough to get an interview with Asad, the CEO. I had some talks with the COO and Vish, the Chief Marketing Officer. And in doing that, I got some really interesting information about what's to come and what to expect. So what I'm going to cover in this video is some really big updates that are coming right now, this weekend, and in the next coming weeks and months for gameplay and UXI, for tokenomics and financials, for the marketing and marketing budget, and then for fundamentals and sort of a technical update on some of the things you can expect to see in the coming weeks and months. So first of all, if you guys watched my other tutorial, I made a couple of faulty comments that I want to correct real quick right up front. It does actually matter which character you fight against, but today you'll notice that they actually are doing updates to the website as we speak. And so the team let everyone know via Telegram this morning that for about 12 hours today, the site will be down while they publish all their updates today. So as you can see, these updates really are starting to pour out right now. If you guys are new to this project, then you probably don't realize that this project is only about 6 months old. The amount of work and advancement that's been accomplished with this project in just 6 months is pretty crazy. And so for anyone entering into this or learning about this for the first time, you need to understand that this is truly a very early, very early entrance into sort of a venture capital opportunity where the development of the platform itself, the game, the company, the tokenomics and all that is still ongoing. It's already substantial enough to where you can go and invest and go ahead and start seeing your ROIs, which we'll discuss in a minute. But there's still so much more being built for this platform that's still coming, and that's still being processed and being pushed out through updates. This really should be looked at as sort of a version 1 beta as this company expands and grows very rapidly. So because the website is going through updates right now, I don't know if I'll be able to actually show you anything in the game that I wanted to show you right now. No, I can't. Okay, so just real quickly, some of the corrections to the statements I made are: 1, it does matter which MaticVerse hero you battle against which enemy. And there's actually a chart that helps you determine which enemy is more difficult than you, which enemy will be the same level as you, and which enemies are lower rank than you. And based on the difficulty level of the enemies you're fighting, your probability of winning will be affected, but also the amount of money you can win, the amount of MVerse tokens you can win is also affected. So when your heroes battle against more difficult enemies, your probability of winning is lower, but when you do win, you'll win more MVerse tokens than you would if you fought against an enemy who was weaker than you, where your probability of winning is higher, but your reward pool is a little bit lower. So I wanted to correct that and let you guys know it does actually matter which enemy you're fighting with your hero. The second thing I mentioned is I mentioned that after you battle your hero against an enemy, there's a 4.5 hour cooldown period. But what I've come to understand now is that each of the heroes that you have individually have their own cool-off period based on their own rarity. So the more rare characters have a shorter cooldown period, so you're able to battle them more frequently, whereas the more standard and less rare characters have a longer cooldown period, and so you can battle them less frequently. Now, if you guys watched my first video, you'll know that I mentioned there's a 120% APY opportunity in Matic just for holding MVerse in your wallet. But one thing I failed to mention is there's actually a 300% ROI on the NFTs themselves. Because when you actually go in and purchase the NFTs from the MVerse website, it's going to cost you about $125. And you can buy a 1-pack, a 3-pack, or a 5-pack. But if you actually battle those characters as frequently as you can, or a couple times a day, as frequently as the character with the cooldown periods allows you to do so, you can actually earn 300% more money than you spent on your NFT through MaticVerse gaming in just a month. So for example, if you spend $125 from one hero, if you actually go battle that NFT hero for a month, you'll likely make over $300 in MVerse tokens, which is so far very, very true. I actually have 10 heroes, and I've been battling them I have been battling them every day. Almost every 4 or 5 hours or so I log on and just run through my battles real quick and earn my quick MVerse coins. And by the way, I'm earning $50 or $60 a day worth of MVerse tokens by playing this game with those 10 characters. So I'm going to definitely be able to recoup my costs just by continuing to play with these NFTs. But that takes me over to the second section of my updates, which is Tokenomics and Financials update. So first of all, don't forget the 300% ROI that's built into the NFTs. That comes within a month. So if you keep battling for months and years to come, the income you can produce with these characters, these heroes, is just unlimited, really. And the value of these heroes as NFTs age through time could be unlimited as well. Who knows what the value of the NFT characters that you battle with will be in 6 months. But the big marketing update that we received recently, I actually was able to talk to Vish, the chief marketing officer, and he told me just 2 nights ago that they do have a digital billboard in New York City, actually. It's one of the more recent updates. And we talked kind of extensively about, here's the NYC billboard right here. We talked somewhat extensively about the different marketing approaches that are being taken for the company and what to expect in the future. Here's an article, by the way, that Yahoo Finance did on MaticVerse just about a week or so ago as well. So some pretty good news there. They got the billboard now in New York City, and I think that's good. Just for visibility. It's not going to get a lot of people to you can't click on a billboard and go play a game, obviously, but it will help build brand awareness, bolster morale for the community, and it definitely shows that the marketing team is putting their money where their mouth is in terms of trying to get the word out there and get more people to come and check out this P2E gaming experience. The current marketing budget is about $500,000 currently for this project, but it will scale. As you know, if you look at the tokenomics page, 3% goes to marketing on buys, here we go, and 8% goes to marketing on sells. So the dynamic taxation model is such that as the project scales and more money flows into the project, the marketing budget will obviously increase exponentially as well, just because of these taxes and fees here. Also, just this week, MaticVerse added, I should say, a Flues onboarding exchange here, but a swapping DEX, I guess you should say. I don't know what the word is, but they have a widget here where you can actually swap and buy and sell MVerse right here on the website, on the MVerse website, which is nice, and it's done through Flues. And actually, even if you don't have a wallet, there's a pay floor and a pay ramp for USD buyers to go in through this company directly through the website and go set up a new wallet and go buy with US dollars. So essentially the barriers to entry are being reduced, not just for people who are already familiar with how to use MetaMask and Trust Wallet and how to come over here and buy BNB and swap all this, but those barriers to entry are being lowered even for people who have no idea about this space and how to use this space, so that they can come in with US dollars even and with no wallet experience, and through Flues and through Ramp they can buy into this game and start playing with it right away. So I think that's pretty cool that onboarding is available now on the website. So that could really help drive some new traffic. Additionally, since we're talking about tokenomics, I know the devs are speaking to each other and with the C levels extensively about adjusted tokenomics, and big updates are expected to come soon. I think what we can expect to see for improved tokenomics is, if I'm hearing the rumors correctly, is staking pools, liquidity pools, token burns, and increased incentive to hold MVerse in the ecosystem to earn even more Matic than I think is even available now, which is pretty cool. So we'll see what they have to say about tokenomics and the adjustments they're going to make. That's, like I said, that's coming very, very quickly, and we're expecting some even more announcements on that very soon. All right, and then as far as sort of fundamentals and technical updates, this week's patches on the site, which like I said, we're seeing these patches be implemented in real time as I make this video, but they're fixing some missing NFT glitches that they've had, where some users were buying NFTs, and although it was transacted on the blockchain, they can't actually see it in their wallet. And so that glitch is being fixed. They're speeding up the marketplace. They're reducing gas fees on all the NFT trades this weekend, and they're even adding a gift option and a few general performance improvements to make the website UXI experience more seamless. In the week of November 22nd, they're going to add even more game UI improvements, so user experience, the user interface is going to get even better to play with and more smooth. They're going to improve the animations, the sounds, and the music. So that's the week of November 22nd. That's coming very soon. And then the weekend of November 26th through 28th, they're going to add the Super Centron fight, which is cool because that's going to have, I believe, a bigger prize pool. And right now, they're currently in the process of receiving their CertiK audit from Skynet. So we can expect to see that audit completed soon, and they'll get their CertiK label. Also, several non-disclosure agreements have already been signed with multiple central exchanges by the CEO. So what does this mean? This means that the CEO is already in talks with multiple exchanges. Central exchanges, such as, now these are my examples of exchanges. These are not me saying that these are the exchanges that he's talking to, but an exchange example would be Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, KuCoin, Bybit, Huobi, Gate.io, on and on. So the CEO is currently in talks with several exchanges, and since non-disclosure agreements have been signed, he can't tell me exactly which exchanges they're working with, but they anticipate a listing on a central exchange in the near future, he says. Also, version 2 of the game is expected to drop in the next 3 to 6 months, which will improve the game dramatically, not just for player versus computer gaming, but also for player versus player gaming, and taking the next step towards increasing the playability and usability of the MVerse token in that way. And again, I think that once the tokenomics really gets nailed down, and I think it's getting there. From what I can tell from talking with the devs and with the C team, the tokenomics are really getting there, and I think there's really going to be some big value here. And I'll talk about that in just a second. But I just want to add, they also have a very, very robust Telegram group of about 11,843, and they're very active. Every time I jump in there to talk, there's just a lot of people in there talking about a lot of stuff, but it's not too overcrowded that the devs can't hear you and that the support moderators can't hear you. They're in there. If you get in there and ask questions, you will get help and you will get support very, very quickly on Telegram. So that's really cool to see that they have a very active community that's growing very fast. They also have 13,700 something followers on Twitter. So if you want to check them out on Twitter, they actually are doing pretty good over here, and they're getting legitimate engagement. They're getting legitimate engagement on their Twitter, so these aren't all fake followers or anything like that. And look here, you can see they actually just posted recently a cool little infographic explaining the ROIs when you buy your NFTs and how you can make your money back, and then all that. It's a really, really cool project. I really love the project's concepts. One of the things that drew me to the project initially was just the free Matic. That's what for me, was the big thing. As you guys know, I'm a Matic fanboy. So when I found out that you could come and buy MVerse and invest in this cool little game, that has a lot of growth potential, but also you could buy NFTs and start collecting those at a very great cost and value with an ROI. And you can earn Matic just by holding MVerse. I was just sold completely, and I jumped right in and got involved. So for me, the Matic rewards are just something that's so huge. And from what I'm being told by the team, the Matic rewards may get even sweeter in the coming hours, weeks, I don't know, as tokenomics improve. The team intends to really increase the incentive for users to come and stake and hold MVerse for longer periods of time so they can earn larger amounts of Matic and enjoy the gameplay experience even more by experiencing even more than just making $50 or $60 a day in MVerse coins. There's just so much more to it that's coming, and I think that's something that the dev team can't stress enough, that this really, really, really is the very early stages of something that could become very, very big. So, and that kind of brings me to the last point that I wanted to make. It's a very responsive and very supportive dev team thus far. The CEO was extremely friendly, seems very knowledgeable, very forthright, and very transparent with me about my questions when I talked to him. But this is very much a super small cap sort of opportunity. I mean, you could kind of consider this one of those, jumpstart, kickstart, venture capital opportunities where, you might throw a couple $100 or depending on what you can afford into this program, knowing that, it might not go anywhere, but it also might. And, if you ask me, I'm still keeping a share of my assets here with this company, and some of my time and investment is still going to stay with this company. I'm going to continue to play this game. I'm going to continue to stay involved in understanding and applying the updates and the staking pools and trying to earn as much Matic as I can through this game. I just want to stress and emphasize that you should only risk on any investment what you can afford to lose. And in the climate that we're in right now, with tens of thousands of small companies sort of exploding onto the scene with ICOs and offering coins, you definitely have to make sure that you're careful and do your own research, and that but most importantly, you have to understand that if you want to get into small caps like this, there is much higher risk of just losing, maybe some of the value of what you've purchased. But the reward ratio is so much higher as well. And I think that's why people like us tend to gravitate towards some of these projects, just to say, hey, look, this is something I believe in, the NFT space, the play to earn gaming space, Matic earning, MVerse staking. I believe in all these things, and I want to be part of it. So for me, the risk is worth it. I'm going to stay. I'm not going to sell my MVerse. I'm going to keep collecting it and keep gaming and keep rolling with the updates. And I'm excited personally to see where this project goes in the future. The ROI is just too good, so that really lowers your risk a lot. I have to admit, yeah, small cap, yeah, risky, yeah, the trading volume is not the highest right this second, but you really can go in there, buy your NFTs, and play with them and receive your ROIs. I'm literally making $50 or $60 a day in MVerse tokens, and if I wanted to, I could go swap them for BNB or cash or whatever I wanted to. Me personally, though, I'm not swapping them. I'm holding them so that I can earn Matic in my wallet as the rewards pool becomes sweeter and sweeter. So I just wanted to give you guys that update. I did have an awesome conversation with the CEO yesterday. He said that he's actively pursuing communities where play to earn gaming has a very big impact. And he reminded me that the big marketing push that we haven't really even seen much of yet is going to be more centered around version 2 of the game, which is still coming. So I can't stress enough how early it is on this project. Huge upside potential and very little risk, since you can get your money back on the NFTs very quickly. Very excited to see what updates are coming this weekend and the future weeks for Tokenomics. And yeah, if you guys are psyched about MVerse and you're still sticking around with me, then go ahead and let me know in the comments. And if you guys are into any other play to earn games that you're interested in, that you've invested in, for example, I've also put a little bit of money into Polka City as well, which I enjoy, and I'll talk about that in another video. then let me know about your favorite projects below as well. But also, if you have questions for the dev team of MVerse, don't forget to go ahead and jump into their Telegram group and ask them directly. If you have any issues with their website, with your transactions or anything whatsoever, talk to the team in the Telegram. They are super responsive, and I really do appreciate that. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and subscribe, like, share, unsubscribe, resubscribe again, hit the bell notifications, comment like 12 times, put your social security number in the section below. I'm just playing. Anyway, all right, guys, have a good one. I'll be giving you more updates on MVerse as they are given to me and as I find them from the dev team. Stay classy.